it. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now Newton on first down. Steps away to his left. And he's got room. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
To throw on second down is Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Buying time to his left. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Carolina's offense taking the field again. And this is a team that you saw in person last week against Philadelphia in the city of brotherly love, and they went in there and got the 21-17 victory.
Yeah, they didn't feel the love on the way out. Philly fans weren't happy at all. Up 17, as you mentioned. This is the biggest comeback in franchise history for the Carolina Panthers. All 21 of their points within the last 11 minutes of play. And they were going against the wind the entire fourth quarter. How about Cam Newton? Really found his touch in the fourth quarter. 269 yards passing. Over 200 of those were in the fourth quarter. Also the leading rusher with 49 yards, but made the biggest throw of the year for him on 4th and 10 for a pickup, kept the drive alive, and they went down and scored and took the lead. Cam Newton, multiple passing touchdowns his last 5 games, 5 straight. That's a new personal record.
Come on now.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Here we go. Gun. Gun.
They'll try the air now with Newton. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Well, where do you find that one in the playbook, Charles?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And sometimes what happens is guys want to make a big play, and they turn it into a really bad one. Sometimes you're best just to cut your losses and go down. I hope we don't see another play like that. And I guarantee you the offensive coordinator, he's looking at his play sheet. He can't find it either.
And a big loss there on the pass completion. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. On first down, it's Newton. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. Here's Newton now on second down. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Olsen. Greg Olsen. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now, earlier, Charles, we were talking about Drew Brees and all he has accomplished so far this season with the records that he's broken, but let's take a look at New Orleans as a whole. 5-game win streak. Remember that surprising Week 1 loss? All of a sudden, they're 5-1.
Man, you're talking about that Week 1 loss to Tampa Bay, which was an early darling, and they fell off the pace before winning this past weekend. But you're exactly right about it. 5-game winning streak, that's wonderful. But they did have their struggles. Cleveland, wasn't easy to win that one. This week, beneficiaries of a missed.
He's got daylight. The 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Newton. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. To throw is Newton. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. McCaffrey following the penalty. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go. Gun.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on fourth down. They snap it to Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Craig Robertson in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here we go, fellas.
On second down, here's Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The Panthers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Sit. Ready to eat. Let's rock now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Newton now to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Newton takes it himself. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll run for it with Anderson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Going for it on 4th has worked twice on this drive already. Now it gets more interesting here on 4th and goal. Here's Newton. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They start the second half with Kamara. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
Here we go. Ready? You ready?
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They will face a 2nd and 9 now following the penalty. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Good set, good set.
They run it again with Kamara. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
21.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. To throw is Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ingram's going to run the option right. He spins free. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
3 down. 3 down. Express. Gun.
Now a first down throw for Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Dancing to his left. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now that's a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback, rolling out to his left and trying to get the ball to a receiver. We've seen all those drills where they're trying to get the shoulders square and point it towards the target downfield.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Newton to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. He's to the 10. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there, punching it in from a yard away. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Here we go.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Bree's going to throw. That's complete to Meredith. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a pitch out to Kamara, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd down, Ingram. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Ready. Waiting. Easy. Easy.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. And Lutz's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And they will spike it with time remaining. And now they'll at least have a shot at a field goal here that could get them to overtime. Well, Charles, a game and a decision that people may be talking about tomorrow for sure. Had a chance at a long field goal there at the end to try and tie it. They elect to not kick it, and they lose the game.
And I think what we'd all love to see is that little slip of paper that the special teams coach handed the head coach before the game that said, this is where our kicker is good from today. This is where he feels confident, because that might be the absolute mark that tells us, okay, maybe we have to run more offense because maybe he doesn't feel good about kicking it from this distance.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Charlotte, good night, everybody.
Money back. Let's get like a money